Oh, we still got more to talk about today. Come in. Hit the like button as you come in, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We're going to talk some boxing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Blessed love and blessed day, oh boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire and this is real life boxing. Dillian, the PED Snatcher, Whyte, the liking. Rest in paradise, Hugo Santillan, fighter from Argentina that passed away earlier today. He fought on Saturday. Another traumatic situation, sad story. I spoke about it in a video earlier. Make sure you guys go check that video out. Hey, before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we're going live. The liking, Dillian Whyte, finds himself in a whole heap of trouble. He's got all types of stuff going on. Tested positive for more than one dianabol metabolites. So this guy tested for 2 or more anabolic steroids. I think those are the ones that you have to like inject into you. So this guy can't even say that he took it by accident or that it was in his nasal spray or it was in his his clear eye or his protein or his pre-workout or whatever, because these ones you literally have to inject inside of you. Terrible. Not only did he get caught with the steroid, Oscar Rivas's team has come out today and said that there was some fuckery with the glove situation. Oh yeah, there was some fuckery with the glove situation. Team Rivas members detail gloves dispute in the Whyte fight. Russ Amber, a member of Oscar Rivas's corner and a CEO of Rival Boxing, detailed the events that prompted to their team to file an appeal with the WBC regarding the selection of gloves by Dillian Whyte. There is already a mountain of controversy hanging over the fight. That would be that he failed the drug test. Whyte tested positive for a banned substance on July 17th, but UKAD and British Boxing Board of Control allowed the boxer to move forward with the bout because Whyte appealed and requested that his B sample get tested. Amber explains that their appeal was filed before the contest took place on Saturday night, which saw Whyte win a 12-round unanimous decision to capture the WBC interim heavyweight title. I'm gonna move on, so I'm not gonna read all the in-between stuff about the fight. So Oscar Rivas' team says, we actually filed an official protest to the WBC prior to the fight because of some things that happened beforehand. Our protest was filed before the boxers even entered the ring, so it's not a case of sour grapes because Oscar lost. It all goes back to the day before the fight when we had the rules meeting and glove selection meeting with the various officials in the British Boxing Board of Control. To be honest, I can't begin to express our disappointment with everything that happened. The double standard started when we brought an extra pair of gloves to the glove selection meeting and were told we could not bring that pair of gloves in. We asked why not, and we were told it was because they had to be brought in by the promoter. Well, our promoter Yvonne Michael was in the room with us. What difference does it really make who's physically carrying the gloves? The promoter or someone else to give to the promoter? That's semantics. Anyway, we ended up not being allowed to submit these additional gloves. Thankfully, we didn't end up needing them, but it was an example of what was to come. On fight night, about a half hour before we were set to go in the ring, the Whyte camp suddenly told us that we were not wearing the gloves that they selected at the gloves meeting. Not the number one pair they selected, and not the number two pair either, but another brand of gloves that weren't even on the table at the glove selection. Of course, we protested and said, what was the point of having the glove selection meeting if you're going to wear whatever you want? At meeting, Dillian's representative Mark Tibbs had chosen 2 sets of gloves and signed them off. No one said at the rules meeting, oh, by the way, on the night you want to switch the gloves, you can. To make matters worse, not only was Dillian allowed to wear these new gloves, but he was already gloved up and we weren't even allowed to inspect them. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Bear in mind, his camp inspected our gloves. They knew what we were wearing. In contrast, we had no idea what they were using because they were allowed to pick whatever glove they wanted, tape it up, and put it on. Even after we reluctantly agreed to let them make the change, we still weren't allowed to see the gloves. It's insane and created the impression that something was going on, that there was something being hidden. I mean, if those were the gloves they were going to use all along, why not select them and bring them into the selection meeting? If it was a late change for some reason that was needed on the night, why not allow us the courtesy of inspecting the gloves as you do at a glove selecting meeting? What was going on? I don't get it. We saw Dillian's hands wrapped, but not the gloves being put on. We couldn't examine the gloves, and when we protested, we were told too bad by the board officials. Effectively, they said they weren't going to make Dillian take his gloves off. They already had on. The fight's about to start. Well, it takes 90 seconds at most to put on and take off a pair of gloves, so why not allow us? That's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. A controversy and a problem with the gloves, not to mention the fact that Dillian Whyte failed his drug test. As AJ would say, it's mad. It's mad. Absolutely ridiculous and terrible. Meanwhile, we've got fighters passing away left and right due to head trauma from getting punched in the head. And we've got guys out here just absolutely juicing up, just juicing up, as if they're in a strongman's competition, or I mean, I don't know. I can't really call it. It's terrible though. I mean, I can't say that. It's terrible. Not only did he fail his drug test for 2 anabolic steroids, but he also played some type of fuckery with the gloves going into the fight, not letting Oscar Rivas' team inspect the gloves. I mean, what are they doing over there? Bad year for Eddie Hearn. Bad year for Eddie Hearn. AJ loses the straps. Dillian Whyte is testing positive for not 1 but 2 anabolic steroids. Meanwhile, he's calling out the WBC. He wants this, he wants that. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Meanwhile, we've got 2 fighters that passed away this week due to bleeds on the brain. Rest in peace, Maxim Dadashev. Rest in peace, Hugo Centeno. Hugo Centilin. Sorry about that. It's just a shame, and it's terrible. They're talking about suspending Dillian Whyte for 4 years. This is the second time that Dillian Whyte's tested positive. He tested positive in 2012, and he was suspended for 2 years until 2014. He fails again. They're talking about giving him a 4-year suspension. This guy is over 30 years old. His career pretty much be done. I mean, it might not be done, but he can come back as a journeyman. He ain't gonna come back as no championship contender. Just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Andy Ruiz says he's not fighting Anthony Joshua over in the UK. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua said that they was giving him a venue and a location this week. Andy Ruiz said, I'm not going over there. I'm not going over to the UK to fight. Not if these guys going to be juicing up like that and doing whatever they want to do when it comes to fighting. He said, I'm not having it. He's not having it. Do you blame him? Can you really blame him? No, you can't blame him. You can't blame him at all. You can't blame him. Shit. I wouldn't want to go over there and fight neither. I would not. Trust me. Trust and believe. I won't be trying to go over there to fight. Crazy. Canelo Alvarez in Sergey Kovalev fight is not dead yet. Negotiations ongoing for a fight 10/19 or 10/26. Okay then. The Canelo Alvarez Sergey Kovalev fight is not dead yet. Multiple sources have informed Boxing Scene that negotiations are ongoing to Alvarez to fight Kovalev on October 19th or October 26th in Las Vegas. Kovalev has a WBO light heavyweight title defense scheduled for August 24th against Anthony Yarde in Russia, Kovalev's hometown, but that fight would be scrapped if Golden Boy Promotions and Main Events can come to an agreement soon. Golden Boy Promotions president Eric Gomez also is negotiating for Alvarez to face Sergey Derevyanchenko on either of those same dates. An IBF purse bid for that mandated middleweight title fight was postponed Tuesday so that Golden Boy and Lou DiBella, Derevyanchenko's promoter, could continue negotiating. If Alvarez instead moves up 2 weight classes to challenge Kovalev, the IBF could strip him of his 160-pound championship for not making his mandatory defense versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. Same ongoing crap with Canelo Alvarez. He's going to fight this person one day. The next day he's going to fight somebody else. Next day he's unifying the middleweight. Next day he's moving up to light heavyweight. I mean, Canelo's just moving like a real prima donna, a real diva. Just they gave him that lucrative contract, so he's just acting the part right now. I told y'all Canelo Alvarez is really the next Floyd Mayweather. He's just acting the part right now. He's just soaking it all up, taking it all in, giving what they give him. Of course, after he also failed a drug test for clenbuterol not even a year ago. But that's boxing for you. You know what I mean? That's boxing. They say they're going to suspend Dillian Whyte for 4 years. They probably ain't going to suspend him for no goddamn 4 years. I'll be surprised if they do. I'd be really surprised if they do. Yeah, I'd be really surprised if they suspend Dillian Whyte for 4 years. Yeah. It's Coach Fire, and this is Real Life Boxing. I just wanted to do a quick live stream to see if anybody would join, see if anybody's gonna hop in here. But it seems kind of slow right now, so we're not gonna force the issue. We'll be back later on. So you guys be on the lookout for the live stream. If you catch this video and you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we are going live. Keep fighting the fight and protect yourself at all times, man. Peace and one love.